Since you've all been asking, here are my PC specs, settings, and a few optimizations that work for this game. I've been playing with my settings since I bought the game. I have a few thousand hours. Here is what I landed on. All right, quick launcher optimization. Click on the server setting. I like to filter by ping by clicking on it here. And I usually just choose servers with the lowest ping. This will make your live raids a lot smoother. And playing streets or lighthouse with 100+ ping is not a good time. Okay, next you can clear your cache. Boom, clear. And logs. If you have any logs, there will be a bunch of folders in here. You just highlight and then delete them all. It's done. And last thing you can do, go to your settings, and in here you should see, there it is, clean temp folder. Click on it, hit yes. Boom, now your temp folder, your logs, and your cache is cleared. This could potentially get rid of any stutters and make your game smoother. So I always just do this every time I start up the game. Alright, here are my in-game settings. Automatic RAM Cleaner is off because I have 64 gigs of RAM. And then I used to use ISLC as well, but I found that with more RAM, I didn't really need it. There will be a link to a video explaining ISLC. Alright, next is only use physical cores. This should probably be on. Tarkov just seems to run better with only using your physical cores. Test it out for yourself. The in-game option, I don't think it really works past the first raid. Maybe it'll work for the second raid. So I use Process Lasso. Link will be in the description for that application as well, and then I'll go over it in a little bit later in this video. Alright, and then FOV, a pretty important one. Basically, having a smaller FOV will make character models bigger. It'll make it a little bit easier to hit things, for sure. Having 75 FOV will give you a wider field of vision. It's probably better for map awareness, but everything is smaller, including scavs and PMCs. And then there's also like this black eye relief around scopes like the Voodoo or Razor or Spectre even. So I just keep it in the middle. I've played with 59 anywhere up to like 70, and I've just kind of settled at 59. I believe this is 90 FOV as well in some other games, so you might like it. But yeah, give it a try. I recommend somewhere in the middle. Head bobbing, definitely don't want this high. You want this all the way down. Just gonna make your screen shake a ton whenever you run. It's really annoying. Okay, graphics. I play on a 1440p monitor, so I have this set to my native resolution. Aspect ratio 16:9. Some people like 16:10. You can also lower your resolution if you're having issues with FPS, though it'll make your game look uglier. Screen mode, I have it on borderless because I like the Alt tab, but if you want max FPS, try full screen. Texture quality is high. Shadow quality is low. The game looks way better on high, so I don't even play with these. I used to have it on low, but I upgraded my computer so I can have my settings just a little bit higher. LD quality, I don't really see a difference having this from low versus high, other than losing FPS, so I keep this on 2. Overall visibility, I have this on 400 for most maps, but if I'm sniping, I'll just increase it to 1000. Anti-aliasing. There's only 2 options you should probably use here, and that's TAA high or TAA. TAA high looks the best, and it's barely any more taxing on my computer for me, so I just keep it on TAA high. And having it off or using FXAA looks ugly. Looks like someone scribbled on your screen, and I can't play it like that. Okay, resampling 1x off. And downsample, but it'll make your game look ugly. 2x looks really nice, but you'll lose a bunch of frames. DLSS, I keep it off. FSR 1.0 off. You can try FSR 2.2. I've heard good reviews about this one. Makes the game looks good, gives you good frames. Try it out. HBAO off. SSR off. These 2 will make your game look nicer, but I like my frames. Okay, isotropic filtering. I use per texture. Some people use on. I don't really see the difference, so I keep it at per texture. Makes the game look a little bit nicer, and I don't lose too much FPS. Nvidia Reflex. I have mine as on plus boost. My input latency is lower with on plus boost versus on, so I just never changed it. Alright, sharpness, you don't want this at 0. There's a saturation bug, so usually I just keep it at 0.1 or 0.2. Some people like it higher though, and that's okay. This one's mainly preference, just don't have it at 0. Alright, then high quality color, I don't touch. Z-blur, I don't touch. All this, I don't really touch, since it just kind of affects your FPS. But MIP streaming could help you. Give it a try. I think this is your RAM capacity here. So if you have 64 gigs, choose 64. Disk usage limit, not sure what this is. It's probably your storage size. So if you have 512 gigs, use 512. If you have a terabyte, probably use this. Not sure what this means, but give it a try. I've heard good things about it. But I don't need it, so I leave it off. Alright, POSTFX. I play with my POSTFX off. I gain some FPS. The only time I'll use it is when I go into a night raid. I'll use the feather color grading. Boost the intensity up to 100. Turn saturation and brightness all the way down. And it just helps me see better during night raids, even with the NVGs on. Alright, and then sound. I think this is kind of important. Don't play with this at 100. Try 70, 80, or 90. I keep mine at 90. You don't need to max the overall volume to be able to hear everything in the game. This will just save your ears a bit. Interface volume 0. Chat volume 100. Music volume 0. Hideout volume 0. Binaural audio. I think the game sounds better with this on, and I can pinpoint players a lot easier, so I keep it on. But you should test this, see what you like. And there has been a bug going around where it's tanking some people's FPS. So you should test this on and off for yourself. Alright, that's it for my in-game settings. All right, here's my Nvidia control panel. I have this set to use the advanced 3D image settings under the 3D settings tab. So now we can go into our 3D settings. Make sure you're under program settings. I've selected Tarkov right here. And then let me just quickly scroll down for you guys to see. Low latency mode I have off because we're already using Nvidia Reflex in-game settings. Power management mode, I leave on maximum performance. Refresh rate should be on highest available. And then these 4 settings right here is why my game quality looks so good. I have texture filtering set to high quality. And then I have negative LOD bias set to clamp. And for my color settings, we have our main monitor selected. And what I do for every monitor I play on is I'll just crank up the gamma. I like to start at 2. Anything past 1.6 will probably work for your monitor. And then I'll load into game. And then just play around with the brightness and contrast. You can do offline rate, you can do scav rate, or be in the PMC rate if you really want to for some reason. But for me, around 45, 47 brightness makes the game look really good. And another important thing is the digital vibrance. This is pretty much saturation for your monitor. I have mine at about 80. And then also, if your game still looks too bright for whatever reason, adjusting the brightness isn't enough, or you want to fine tune it just a bit, you can increase the contrast and it'll make it look just a tad bit darker. All right, that's that for my Nvidia settings. All right, once you install Process Lasso, you'll want to start Escape from Tarkov, which I already did. There. And then once you go back to it, you should see escape from Tarkov.exe. And right click, we'll get all these options. The ones you'll want to play with are CPU priority. Scroll over under always, leave it on high. CPU affinity. We're going to hit disable SMT. Now notice that all your logical cores are selected. This is the most important change. I think this boosted my frames about like 20% or something like that. CPU sets you can skip. IO priority, I like to leave this on high. Not sure if it does anything. Memory priority. You don't want this on low. Just make sure it's on normal. And another thing people do is use induce performance mode. This will keep your processor running at 100% pretty much the whole time Escape from Tarkov is on. Sometimes that can introduce more stutters, or it can make the game smoother for you. Test it out. Then last thing, if you go all the way up to the top left under main, should be something called Pro Balance. I have it checked, which means it's enabled. What Pro Balance does, that it manages all your processes for you, which means it'll adjust the CPU priority on all your applications for you. All right, that's it for my settings. But the main thing, if you want this game to run better, just upgrade your computer if you can. Get a stronger CPU. Tarkov is more CPU intensive. If you have a 3000 or 4000 series graphics card, or the AMD equivalent, you're probably good to go already. All right, if this helped you whatsoever, please subscribe, like, and comment. There will be some more optimizations in the description. Feel free to check those out. All right, thanks. Bye.